Spring is typically thought of as one of the nicest times of the year in the United States of America. But today we're going to be talking about why spring may just be a little bit different than usual, okay? We're going to be taking a look at the Climate Prediction Center's temperature and precipitation outlooks for the spring season of 2024. And as a bonus, I created my own severe weather probabilities map that we're also going to be taking a look at. So let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. Alright, so here is the seasonal temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center and NOAA for the months of March, April, and May of 2024 here, okay? So let's go ahead and break it down, alright? So we see we have this lightest color of orange here, this layer that extends from the Carolinas back over to Central California. That's going to be the area that has a 33 to 40% chance to see above average temperatures this spring. So things may just be 1 or 2 degrees warmer than usual on the average day this spring, okay? So then we have our next shade of orange here, all right? That extends from northern North Carolina back into New Jersey, all the way back out to California once again, but this time the northern portion of the state here, all right? And this color of orange indicates your area that has a 40 to 50% chance to see above average temperatures this spring, okay? So that's where it starts to become noticeable, okay? Maybe you're noticing that this spring is a lot warmer than usual, and that's a definite possibility for a lot of these areas, all right? I'd say 3 to 4 degrees warmer per day is not out of the question. Obviously, you will still have days that are way cooler than usual, but overall, this spring is likely going to be warmer for you guys. Then we have our second darkest shade of orange on this map here, or actually our darkest shade of orange on this map. We have one of them centered in the northeast and the Midwest, and then we have another one here in the northwest, all right, that dark orange color. Those are your areas that have a 50 to 60% chance to see above average temperatures this spring. So basically, what that means is that there is high confidence that you guys are going to see much above average temperatures for at least a good portion this spring. So if you are a fan of the warmer weather in these areas, this is going to be the spring for you. Now, there is one final layer here. This is the red layer that we have for portions of Oregon, Washington, and Idaho, all right? That's your area that has a 60 to 70% chance to see above average temperatures this spring. That is the area that has high confidence from the Climate Prediction Center that you are likely to see above average temperatures for most of the spring, okay? You're going to be seeing days that are 10 degrees above normal, even 20 degrees above normal perhaps, okay? It is going to be much warmer than usual up here most likely this spring. So let's go ahead and move on to your precipitation outlook. Alright, so here is our precipitation map from the Climate Prediction Center. We're going to start off with the light brown shade. We have one of them extending from southeast Arizona back into southwest Texas, and another extending from Montana back into Oregon and Washington here. Those are your areas that have a 33 to 40% chance to see below average precipitation this spring. Barely a noticeable difference, but maybe it's a little bit drier than usual, right? It's once we get into our next shade of brown, the darker shade there, that things start to become noticeable. Okay, that's a 40 to 50% chance to see below average precipitation this spring, all right? So you may notice there's going to be some, quite a bit less actually, rainy days, and it's going to be much drier for most of the season. This could cause some droughts for those areas, so we'll have to look out for that. But we have a huge zone here in the eastern United States that has above average chances to see precipitation, okay? So let's start off with the lightest green color there that extends all the way from Cape Cod back into extreme eastern Texas. That is your area that has a 33 to 40% chance to see above average precipitation this spring. We also have one of those in extreme southern Florida. Again, not really a noticeable difference, maybe just 1 or 2 days more you'll see rain this spring than usual. It's once you get into that next shade of green, that 40 to 50% chance to see above average precipitation that extends from eastern Louisiana back into southern New Jersey, and then we also have one here in south central Florida. That is your area that has a 40 to 50% chance to see above average precipitation. Again, not very noticeable, but it may feel a little bit wetter this spring for a reason, okay? We may see more rainy and perhaps even a few snowy days mixed in early on in the season. Finally, we are going to take a look at the darkest shade of green here that we have for portions of northern Florida, southern Georgia, and extreme southern South Carolina. That is your area that has a 50 to 60% chance to see above average precipitation this spring. That is the area that they have the highest confidence that we will be seeing a lot more rain and snow this spring, alright? But I'm going to be talking about why I'm not totally on board with that idea with this next map, my severe weather map. And here it is, my severe weather map prediction for the spring season of 2024, alright? Now, you're probably thinking, well, is this just a guess? Like, why do you think this? The reason being is that El Nino is quickly weakening. If you don't know, we had a huge El Nino over the summer and even the winter of 2023, but now we're heading into 2024, and that El Nino is weakening, and in fact, we are under a La Nina watch here, alright? So, even like NOAA agrees with me here that La Nina is going to be coming into swing very soon here for the entire country, and for the springtime, La Nina typically brings much less severe weather in the southeastern United States and much more severe weather in the midwestern United States, okay? So you see the light blue ring around portions of the deep south here extending from Texas into South Carolina. That is the area I think a little less severe weather than usual is likely for the spring season of 2024. Then we get into the darker blue color that includes portions of Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia here. That's the area that I think has a much lower chance to see severe weather than usual this spring. So, like I said, southeast, less severe weather than usual, but Midwest, more severe weather than usual. For portions of the Great Plains and the Midwest here, I have a little more severe weather than usual likely in my forecast in the yellow circle there, extending from Illinois back into Wyoming. But in the red circle, that includes portions of the high plains like North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, and Nebraska, I think you have a much higher chance to see severe weather than usual this spring. That is my severe weather forecast for spring 2024. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do be sure to like and subscribe as it helps out the channel a lot. Let me know if you want more videos like this in the future, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.